friends, my name is Nandita. I am from Andhra Pradesh.
Good morning dear students. Today we are going to discuss about Ambedkar Jayanthi. The birth anniversary of the father of the Indian Constitution. Children, every year we celebrated Ambedkar Jayanthi on April 14th as a public holiday under the section 25th of the Negotiable Instruments Act 1881. Dr. Ambedkar, who was born on April 14th, the government has declared a public holiday in the country on Ambedkar Jayanthi. Dr. Ambedkar's birthday was publicly celebrated in India for the first time in Pune on April 14, 1928. Social activist and Ambedkarite Janardhan Sadasiv Ranapaise was the one who initiated the tradition of celebrating Ambedkar Jayanthi. On April 14, 1990, the Indian government honored Dr. Ambedkar with most prestigious Bharata Ratna award. He obtained a PhD from Columbia, laid the cornerstone of modern Dalit politics and drafted the Constitution of India. His contributions came at the time when many of the countrymen considered him as an untouchable. Ambedkar has spent most of the lifetime working for the upliftments of Dalit and those from the backward communities. The social reformer, who is also a Dalit, is widely credited to be the force behind the Dalit Buddhist movement in India. Now let us discuss some of the features of Dr. Ambedkar. The full name of this great leader is Bhim Rao Ramji Ambedkar. He has 13 siblings before him, that makes him the 14th child of his parents. Mahadev Ambedkar, Brahmin teacher of Ambedkar, back then renamed his surname from Ambedkar to Ambedkar. Dr. Ambedkar completed his matriculation from Elphinstone College, that is affiliated to the University of Mumbai. His family worked in the East Indian Company Army for a significant duration, and his father was a ranked army officer in the company. India got its first law minister in the form of Dr. Bhim Rao Ramji Ambedkar, the first Indian to hold a doctorate in economics from a university. Dr. Dada Saheb Ambedkar. He married twice in his life, the first to Ramabai and then to Dr. Sarada Kabir. He took his initiative and succeeded in reducing the working hours of staff in the factories from 14 to 8 hours. He wrote the Constitution of India in 2 years 11 months. He studied Buddhism all his life, and in 1956 he converted to Buddhism. Ambedkar earned doctorates in economics from both Columbia University and London School of Economics and London School of Economics. Dr. Ambedkar topped the Works Top 100 Schools list by Columbia University. He was a master in 64 subjects and spoken in 9 languages. Besides playing a key role in forming the Indian Constitution, Ambedkar also had a hand in the formation of the Reserve Bank of India. Once the India became independent on August 15, 1947, the nation appointed Dr. Ambedkar as the chairman of the Constitution Drafting Committee on August 29, 1947. Dr. Ambedkar strongly appointed that the government in a democracy must be a responsible government formed by the representatives of people. He never wanted to impose a constitution on the Indians. Rather, he submitted that an opinion of the masses on how they wish to govern must be accepted. He said the best government rests on the people and not on the few on persons and not on property, on the free development of public opinion and not on authority. Dr. Ambedkar strongly believed that the unity and solidarity of the country can be maintained in the long when the gaps between the different classes were equalized. Dr. Ambedkar highly emphasized the religious, caste, and gender equality. The reservation system we find in the Indian Constitution was purely the brainchild of Dr. Ambedkar, who thought of it as a means to create a social balance among the different classes of the population in India. While drafting the Constitution, Dr. Ambedkar is a strong Indian administrated by a federal government. When he sought to give the central government more powers, some members of the Constitution Assembly criticized him, saying the ideas goes against his own views that the rights and values of every individual in the country and the interest of every province and each village must be ensured. From this point of view, it was contradictory to make the center a strong entity. However, justify his stand on the strong central government, Dr. Ambedkar said the center must be strong to save minorities from the misrule of majority, and also for it is only the center which can work for a common end and for the general interest of the country as whole. Ambedkar Jayanthi commemorates the efforts laid down by Dada Saheb Ambedkar in the society's foundation, where everyone either belonging to the higher caste or lower caste granted equal rights and opportunities. He was himself from a Hindu Mahar caste, faced different challenges and determined to work for the eradication of caste stigma within the Indian society. In 1930, he launched a full-fledged movement for Dalit rights and demand entry in the temple and the usage of public wealth and properties equally for all. He raised voice for the Dalits from villages to Round Table Conference. In 1932, he signed Pune Pact on Madan Mohan Malviya to ensure reservation of the Dalits in provincial elections. In addition to it, he formed the Independent Labour Party, which later became the All Indian Scheduled Federation. These efforts brought educational awareness, social consequences among Dalits to fight against the prevailing circumstances of caste discrimination. During drafting the Constitution of India, he is the chairman of drafting committee. He put forth the need for the reservation of seats for the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes in government institutions and missionary for improving the deteriorated conditions of the lower caste in Indian society. Dr. Bhim Rao Ambedkar was born on 14th April 1891. He popularly was known as Dada Saheb Ambedkar, was an Indian jurist, economist, politician and social reformer who inspired the Dalit Buddhist movement and campaigned against social discrimination towards the Dalits, while also supporting the rights of women and labor. He was independent first law and justice minister and architect of the Constitution of India and a father of the Republic of India. Finally, I conclude with the contribution of Dr. Ambedkar in Indian democracy is not to be forgotten. As a chairman of the Constitutional Committee, he gave a shape to our country of a complete sovereign, democratic and a republic based on Dalit financial. Dada Saheb Ambedkar's name will be written in golden letters in the history of India as the creator of social justice. This fact is doubtless. He was not only the man of age and the builder of the Constitution, but also the creator of a social justice and betterment of the downtrodden. He was one of the few sons in the history of India that he can be said to the gift of Indian freedom movement. If Mahatma Gandhi gave direction and lesson of morality, then Dada Saheb gave shape to the social aspects without exploitation. In true sense of the word, he gave democratic and anti-caste aim. He spent his whole life for the betterment of the poor, exploited, untouchables, or troubled classes. Thus, Ambedkar's contribution to the Indian Constitution is undoubtedly of the highest order. He desired to be called the father or the chief architect of the Indian Constitution. Happy Ambedkar Jayanthi.